listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. This lady behind me finally moved. So I noticed when I was coming in, I was moved to go to this right side here, which really didn't work out for me. And it's definitely not working out for the lady that was behind me. Because the young lady in front of me, I don't know how she has so much money to get so much gas in that little Lexus RX 300. You started pumping before me. I'm sure the lady behind me pulled in, and I'm like, that's weird because she pulled in somewhere that this girl's having trouble. That would not be conducive to her pumping gas 'cause everything else was open. But the thought was, oh, she could be one of them. And look, she looks like she's from India. Did they send her after? I don't know. I'm probably not though, because when I came in, I did the same thing. I went right over here. I thought, why did I come over here? I usually go on the other side. So that's a weird energy, a weird vibration that causes that. Maybe Satan trying to make everybody all screwed up, angry at each other, and then they hate their neighbor, that kind of thing. So again, at a certain point, if you hate your neighbor, then you've accepted the beast. It's just a fact of life. Now, people can yell at each other all day long. That's not what I'm speaking about. You may physically hate your neighbor, but you're not hating on your neighbor. You're not spelling your neighbor and causing disruption. Not spycraft operating your neighbor. So I healed that woman because she's just as bad off as I am there. Actually, I wasn't as bad off because I got there before she did. Again, ways to read everything. It's not the time to buy any type of wood right now. Although I wish I had my project completed already, but it's come together. It looks great. I just went to Hobby Lobby and bought there's these candle holders. Kind of a light wood, maybe I don't think it's balsa, but very light wood, and they're only like a few bucks. Probably could have used the coupon, but didn't feel like it. Or came next week and they'd be on sale, that kind of thing. So what I wanted them for was that point where I cut, where it broke off, and then I actually used my portable, I wouldn't say grinder, but it's like a Dremel, but it's like bigger. It takes one of the big, 4 or 20, or was it 20? That one's, I think, 20 volt battery, and it 4 amp hour or 5 amp hour or whatever it is. I don't know. But it has I put a saw blade on. I did put a Dremel saw blade on, and I went, and I trimmed it real level, but it's too low. The crown sits down in it, and when you're down on the, like, standing and looking up at it, you can't see the crown as well. So I bought one of those. I don't know if I'm going to cut them shorter or not. They're about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches, and then it'll be painted black, so it'll look just like the rest of it, but it'll be, it looks like a turn thing, like an hourglass shape, kind of, but different. So hopefully that works. Well, Earth is here for a period of time, so there's going to be all these people that are going to arrive on Earth. It's just before God can kill the thing. So God has to, like, maintain people a little bit. Again, some people, God feels for them and they suffer, and He promises them forever and will give them forever. So again, God has sympathy for people's lives. Jesus himself said that certain people won't even have their sins held against them because they're spiritually blind. So Jesus had actually a lot of intelligence beyond where the church is. So again, God strives to forgive people, and the evil people move a system on earth to condemn people, but they're actually condemning themselves. And I think there is scripture to support that. I can't remember what the citation is. Which the citation? Somebody which the citation, so I can't remember what citation it is. The way to read everything. Are you following me with this vehicle? They used to follow me because I was looking to buy a Ford Flex. They used to stalk me with Ford Flexes. So once they stalk you with Ford Flexes, like, for about a year and a half while you're in pain and being drugged by criminal spycraft operators, you start wondering what the Ford Flex is when you see it. But actually, some people actually kill themselves, like Jonathan Luna and all the rest, Deputy Director Dudley, etc. That's the kind of stuff they do. I know it doesn't seem like anything, but it's part of a larger program. And I do believe anybody that committed suicide was drugged. And that guy I brought it before in Santa Fe. What was his name? Daniel. That was the weird part. His name was Daniel. So he told everybody stories about who he was. And I felt bad because I went to Arizona and he ended up hanging himself. I don't know if I could have helped him. I definitely would have allowed him to live in my apartment if he, needed something like that. Not that my apartment was all that big. But I got out of there because it was just so corrupt. It was like a prison yard out front. I mean, they were trying to like own the place. And I'm like, eh. It's like older guys, like they did 25 years in prison and that's where they're at. So I'm like, I'm going to get out of here and go to Arizona. And then for some reason, I didn't say, I know what happened. I was going to go back to Arizona, but I went through Santa Fe and I just kind of felt connected. And then and I did help a lot. But, they tried to kill me because they wanted, again, the 30 pieces of silver, the blood money. Yeah, they were paying narcotics distributors. In other words, I wasn't doing anything to anybody until they tried killing me. And then I started speaking on things. I actually, helped them. And, again, it's the same. It's kind of like a Jesus story, It's a little bit different. Again, people do die after this thing. I mean, look, Jonathan Luna, Deputy Director Dudley, what's his name, Bustamante, was operated to steal something. And then he walked off into Mexico. They called somebody they knew in Mexico and had him killed. They made it look like, just a random shooting. They possessed his mind. And that hypnotic effect's real. Project Artichoke. Do they drug everyone? Well, probably not, but probably mostly anybody that has any big issue. It's going to rain. I don't think I'm going to wash my vehicle today. Although I could. I mean, I could. Maybe I will. I can finish my broadcast here. Well, I'll go to the car wash. Something in this plate in front of me. Kansas Fleet Vehicle F011-976. So 1976 is in there, and F01. But I can't see it. Somebody read that out there? Somebody need that? All right, let me see here. All right, suicide's up. I saw it earlier, but I didn't do anything because I wasn't sure. And now it's mad at me for telling everyone. You okay yourself, Mar, for telling people that we're here forcing people to kill themselves. Like how many times I come in the car wash, I didn't say anything about the thing that says razor, right? So we heal that. We lift them up. Stop, X, stop. No, I'm not stopping. I'm keep going. I'm washing the world. Nah, it's just there's something going on in my room. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's physical, metaphysical, maybe both. But I just it was too jumbled earlier. I really need to get out of there every day. If I had my bicycle, I'd be fine. If I had my health on my bicycle, I'd be fine again. They knew that, so that's why they destroyed all that. Nah, if I kept my bicycle in that storage unit, it would have been trashed. I couldn't use it. I mean, maybe the frame would have still been usable, but the forks and everything else would have been trashed. It wasn't climate controlled. See, the whole thing was I was going to go to my brother's, and they knew that. They set the whole thing up so I give that stuff away. Yeah, I forget that they've been doing this, for decades. So they know how to trigger things. I was just going to my brother's, and then I figured I'd live there. At the most, I'd probably give them a few more dollars a month, and then I'd be able to buy everything back. But even if they had left my life be, I still would have been able to be there. You have to You have to spend money to stay alive. When they started this, I was beginning to save money. Well, this go round of it, I was able to save money, and I said to my brother on the phone, I have to do my long-term health care. I have to buy that. He goes, it's perfect age to buy it, maybe in a couple years, and all that, but they ruined it. Again, that's why I'm trying to get somewhere so I can just get back into that. I mean, maybe a waste of money, but who knows? Be keel over on the side of the road, when you're like 65, it generally doesn't pay, but you have to live to like 80 or something, it pays. But these are the things that they see that because Satan flips their triggers. He doesn't deserve that. We want him begging for money. They go nuts. This is really what they're doing. There's no real law enforcement going on. I mean, you might be doing it, but you're not. You're not doing real. You're not conducting real law enforcement because it's restricted by the system I'm speaking about. So you're not really doing anything other than providing cover for corrupt practices. I told you, make as much money as you want. I could care less whether you get rich being a crook as far as just stealing your own money, but don't do anything negative to people. Don't harm people. Just live a good life other than stealing money via government cronyism or whatever cronyism. You want to listen. So I think Z is going to handle it. I've been seeing him recently, which is strange. Why the Chinese woman shows up? I'm thinking, what is this? Is it a trap, or is it just because I'm in contact with Z and we're talking Chinese stuff? Well, they appreciate a white person that respects Chinese culture, but not like phony respect. But it's inside. I don't know what anybody knows. They cracked my windshield with their head. I just yelled it. They cursed my windshield because the water looked like a crack. But you have to understand, God actually puts a vision with it. on the subconscious mind. So it does. I'm glad to see that NASA. Actually, I'm not glad to see, but I'm. It's interesting that NASA was moving in the direction of magnets and all these other things. There's, like I said, when I woke up, I said we're like still leeching people. We're that far behind. So I mean, the physical existence is kind of stupid, but there's things here that we could have discovered. Again, that's also it's part of the afterlife, learning what was given up by engaging in evil. Again, in certain periods of my life, God would show me how the information He put inside of me that needed to open up so I could give it to the world is now going bye bye. Again, that's why I can't just go out and heal people all day. God doesn't allow it. They would see if I rode my bike, if I had friends. I mean, it's psychotic. It's not has nothing to do with investigative things or even any type of real organized crime thing. Because most organized crime people, they want things to run smooth. They don't want disruption all the time. So whoever was in charge of it is a lunatic. No, don't tell me it's just because something I said. That's bullshit. They had to actually start operating me and beating me up for years before anything was ever said. No, it didn't. You can't do that. You can't say, oh, well, that's why I'm in it. That's bullshit. You know how the system you're in works. If they tell you to do me and there's no reason to do me, you do me. Actually, me speaking out changed a lot and kept a lot of people alive. There are a lot of people that owe me. Believe me, owe me. But they use what I said to stay alive. Like, people in government don't talk about what they do to people in government to cause suicide and all that. I did. And they learned what was going on, what not to do. Not everybody, but enough people. Well, the people in government that I speak about are in cahoots with narcotics distributors. So narcotics distributors are part of it too. Trying to figure, where's that road? Is this the road? This ain't the road. Is this the road? And I guess that was the road. I love these apartments the way they look from the outside, but they're all rug. So yeah, well, FBI will send some, or DHS or Marshal Service or whoever will send somebody Chinese in to try to make it like do to me what they did to that 65-year-old guy that accepted some sort of thing from fake Venezuela FBI people. I told them, they got mad at me, but it's their problem. They're picking on 65-year-old men that are victims of the deep state. And again, the deep state is Republican and Democrat. You want to call it deep state? We'll call it deep state. But I'll explain it to everyone. Trump's part of the deep state, but they fight each other. There's different cells. Somebody like me is in the middle of all of it. When I was in government, I just helping everyone. So they like he helped that person. We should kill him. Oh, he helped that person over there. We should kill him. That's the way they are. They're psychos. I'm getting hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna buy to eat. I don't know if I feel like eating anything in my room. don't know. I got to eat something for dinner. I don't shop generally at Price Chopper. It's expensive, man. But I guess people that get harassed at Walmart, they go shop at Price Chopper if they have the money. And they run extortion racketeering rings out of Walmart. I think it has to do with narcotics distribution, maybe sex trafficking. So what's her name stepping down there in the administration? I don't remember her name. She was kind of in the Obama administration. What was that woman's name? No, not Rice. What was her name? Her name was Vice. Kind of like that, but different. Kind of Condoleezza Rice, but different. And all this like rich people that live spoon-fed lives. They don't really have a clue. They have a political platform, but they don't have a clue. Oh wait, what's her name? Condoleezza Rice. Right. Wait, I don't know their names. I think I may have mixed both of their names up. I really don't care about it anymore. I'm dumping all those. I dumped all the political names out of my head. I'm back into Kabbalah land. No, I mean, but it's weird. I mean, you go, God sends me the Hare Krishnas, then he starts talking about people. I mean, they weren't necessarily that nice to me, but they love God. They got God. That's how I test you anyway. They don't get what all you've been through and what you've said to me. It's like these people like evil to me, and God's like, but they love me. Okay, then I guess you should take care of them. It's like, and God just gave me a vision. It's like, the Charlie and the Willy Wonka thing, and he puts like the amazing God or whatever it is, the everlasting gobstopper back because you're supposed to steal it and give it to the bad guy. And then they say, Charlie, you won. That's just the kind of thing that happens with God and me. But, it is what it is. I'm not into like owning God and saying God has to do anything. I'm not into like, okay, if they have their world, you don't have to put me with them. Please don't. I don't want to be around these people. I said, don't worry, they're not going where you're going. I just want to quietly. The same thing I wanted on life on Earth is kind of my kind of afterlife. I want a woman, get together, just have a normal life. Maybe like a dog or two. I might end up somewhere. Because I can't stop healing people. I don't know. It's kind of my natural way. Oh, I don't know. Yield. That girl should not be behind that house on 87th Street in Larson, corner home. She's in the backyard by herself. She's dressed not like she's probably around 12, I guess. I don't know, 10, 12. And she's not dressed Baptist. So again, there's risks in all that. I mean, she's near maybe mom's looking out the window. I don't know. She has one. She's doing something like a streamer, I guess, in her hand with a wand or something like that, jumping around. But it's just not good for her to be on this road. I mean, it goes up this road, so take about a second to drive around the block and grab her. Actually, so again, there is a curse there. I just saw it. You notice my voice changed, so it's something actually at that point speaking to me, but would be speaking to someone else. It's mad at me now. Whoever cursed that. And see, people do curse that. Like you don't deserve that child because, and I mean they do it with whammy. You don't deserve that child because you left your child out in the backyard. Instead of saying, let's heal, keep an eye on that. If we see it, we'll say something. All right. That's just a big road. I mean, another road I don't think would be such a big deal. No, I never let my kids out like that. Now I'm following you. I'm driving by where you are. No, I got here first. You can't follow me now. There's some cool looking places to live. I don't come up on my searches, I don't think. What is this, the crossing or something? Maybe they could be condos. That's the thing about this area. There's a lot of condos. I figured that out in the beginning. Maybe I'll look on the map. I don't think there's anything in my price range over here. I don't know why I just did that. It's part of what I'm doing, driving around, doing things. I'm freaking hungry. This shopping, like the Walmart shopping. Oh, okay. I know where I was going. I was going to the other Walmart. That's where I was supposed to go. Okay. I guess maybe over by the police station. It's got some presence of mind over here. Actually, it's the next intersection up. That's how the world really exists. Some areas are more conducive to thinking than others, especially if you're cursed. So if you want to think, come up to 87th and Quivera, was it something like that? I was telling me to go shopping. Oh, I actually got another thought. It's better down by Marshall Drive and 87. That was telling me what I was supposed to be doing, but I couldn't do it then. This is a learning moment. I could not shop for food when I was over there on Metcalf. It was the wrong time. It's not crazy. It's just, in other words, my life is out of sync. Yours, you just go, oh, no, 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 no," like I was explaining. That's how life's supposed to work, right? They curse me, and then my life goes out of sync. So I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, or at the right place at the wrong time. That's what they do. That's what those people following everybody around and doing the spycraft stuff does to their victims. No, I can't go. They told me earlier I can't go up to that store right now. I got to go this way. Don't ask me why. I just do what I'm told. That way I don't end up in Mexico like Bustamante. No, God was like a general when I woke up. It wasn't mean, but it was like, we've got work to do kind of deal. Kind of like me, I guess. And he's like, just listen to me and we'll bring a few people home. But don't listen to them. They don't have no clue what they're speaking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And I was just beginning to wake up. So again, a big one is that idea where you're doing charity, but because you're not actually with God, it's just an illusion. Because those people are failed just so you can save them and look special. The other people, you wouldn't help them, and you would actually probably be mean to them and make their life worse. That's one of the problems we have in all of the shelter systems and all that. We have people that work for Satan, even though they look nice or whatever, and a lot of them don't look nice. They're just stuck in that job because they can't work anywhere else. But they actually are cursing those people, and they can't get up. Like if you blame homeless people instead of saying they're just less fortunate, may God heal them or something like that, they'll make it worse, and that's what happened. And you see like Tucker Carlson and those type of people, they do that all the time. So again, Ezekiel 34 is important because it tells you that if they're messing up and having a messed up life, then there's somebody responsible, and that's the shepherds of Israel. Shepherds of Israel is any type of leadership. Again, the world's much bigger now, and people with money, power, anti-power, most of it actually. Yeah, I'm over by Overland Park. You actually want to be healed, is what you all want. That's why I'm actually ending up in these places. You don't have to say I want more to heal you. You just have to contact God and say I want to be healed. Now I might drive by and God said don't heal them, then I can't heal you. And it's not the same as Satan saying don't heal them. Again, that's a different thing. Satan mimics a lot of what God does. Well, and God explains this. It's really your system, all of you. Things you say cause me not to be able to heal you because you'll kill me too much if I heal you. It's just like that again. The movie Legend. I can heal you. No, that's actually from God to help you understand. You're all killing your healers. I don't know if the people that created Legend, I don't know if they knew about that or not. I don't know. Maybe they heard from me. I don't know when that was written. I've been speaking about you killing your healers probably since at least 2007, maybe before. All right, Hadley, how you doing? I guess she's a millionaire now or close to it. I don't know if she got paid. Or she's going to be a millionaire, I guess. She sued the police department. That's kind of wrong. I mean, that's the kind of woman I wish I'd have met, and I should have, Just kind of bummer. Again, I wouldn't have done that to her, I mean, if she killed me for 13 years, I might divorce her. Really, that was a good thing. And she seems like I might be wrong. Again, we're all, in that video I posted online. It's done good, but God. Again, why would that be like really weird if Jesus was God and saying, "Well, it's none good but God. I'm not good, but none good but God." So again, what you church people are saying doesn't make any sense. But being a son of God is something. I'm one. A lot of people are. And actually, Jesus said, because he's the son of God. And actually, I do something similar in other things that God says about me. So Jesus, he shows me, how it works. It's this metaphysical thing. If he gives the gift of Son of God to others because it was gifted to him. Again, freely he was given and freely he gave. These are things that you all should have concluded somewhere in your centuries and ages. all I had to do was wake up with like a quarter inch of waking up. I'm like, wait a minute. That's why I say they didn't want me to wake up. That's why the government didn't want me to wake up. They knew I figured it out. How evil they all are. I didn't know anything about waking up. It didn't mean anything. I mean, I used to study scripture stuff and said the awakening meant nothing to me. Probably means nothing to all of you. I mean, really. So I started speaking about the awakening and explaining it, and then awoke comes up, and then I talk about God's Q, and then QAnon comes up. So somebody's playing with all that, rooting the information God wants put out to people. That's an honorable thing for CIA to do, right? Taco Naco, Mr. Euro. Is it Euro or Gyro? Food and pastry. Oh, I didn't even notice that. He's got some nice Greek columns out front. Gorgeous. Ionic columns. Oh, and they're smooth too. Non-taper. I wanted to take a look at those closer. I'm a column aficionado, but it's normal to be Jewish and be in the columns. Believe it or not, I'm Ashkenazi. All the synagogues they like putting columns in the art. I love that house. I love Woodshake. Supposed to have a Woodshake house. I don't know why that keeps coming up in my life. I was supposed to be able to get a Woodshake house somewhere along the way. I mean, it's real. No, it's not that I want them. I'm supposed to. Again, I'm supposed to be a billionaire. It's obvious. So I bet Jacob people got in trouble for selling me out. Why Israel had wars. They willed us away. If you look at the one image online of Joseph being sold into slavery, I used to have long hair at a certain point. It was that color. It's me. God does that for me. Like I told you, when I woke up, God said, I can't really do anything for you because this is not my planet, but I will gift you with all the spiritual gifts that I can. I say it's all God's money, and it is, but you all stole it. So, I mean, Christians don't really mean it because they'll be like, that person shouldn't have, that person over there shouldn't have. And they like to try to make people believe like I read it online and then I said it. No, I usually say it and then it comes online. And look, the lights just came on here at the store. See? And they told me not to shop in Mbika Foods. Again, they could be harassed. They could be try to force them into adulterating food or allow them to stock the food, stock the shelf with adulterated food. So again, I'll just heal them and keep moving past them. Yeah, it's an organized crime world, man. Just as I turn a corner and see the massage parlor. Hi, how are you? And make a food seal. They may have prayed to God for some healing. I don't know. Usually how it happens. They look at me like, what are you doing here? Ooh, God sent me. I hear the last one was that. I can see the ghost running out of the store. spiritually, vision, not like physical people, although that could happen. Feel these people of color, somebody's been hating on them. Well, it's such a weird world, with all that's going on in these um, government bodies. Tennessee and I guess Montana. So where I put like transgender people and what other kind of people, like people, you just see, like I can deal with a lot of transgender, but I can't, some of it, is kind of like, yeah, right. I spoke on some of it. However, I put that kind of in Ezekiel 34 and some of the other, the lepers, again, I'm not calling them lepers, but again, Jesus had to push through something. Others had to push through something to be with the lepers. And again, Baldwin, that guy Baldwin, the King Baldwin guy that was a leper, he's like, me. He shows up every time or not every time, but a lot of times when I speak about lepers, even if I don't know he's there. But again, that's where you should be with that, and you should see them as that, and just again, a lot of you pray, just pray for them and allow their world to exist. I mean, if you're that unsure of your ability to not be affected by it, I mean, I have no idea, And again, being affected by it is what? I mean, you're affected enough to hate them. That's like worse than being affected to become gay or something like that. And I don't mean to say that where gay people feel kind of slanted by it or a slanted statement or whatever they say, whatever they call it. But again, it's not natural to be gay, but it's not natural to be heterosexual either. So it's kind of a oxymoron. But yet, when you speak to Christian heterosexuals, you have to kind of say it a certain way or it doesn't work. It doesn't work in their mind. Well, because we're not even supposed to be in these bodies. I'm getting additional information, and if I can get up again, I'll try to figure it all out with God, exactly where we are and how it worked. This is not the garden. I don't even think this is the earth that Adam and Eve fell to, although it could be. But it's not the earth that was created along with the garden. In other words, this is not the earth that was created with the garden. This is a different planet that they call Earth, where Adam and Eve existed. This is how it actually happened and why it's seen and spoken about the way it's spoken about. I guess it's a spiritual, physical place. So then they fall to Earth. And when I learned about the fall to Earth thing, because I think it's in the book of Adam and Eve, it's also in a couple other books. I could see that it was a different place than the garden. And it was a different place than the place the garden was created with. So the fall is their spirit. Again, remember, my spirit fell into a body on earth while I was fighting Satan somewhere else in a spiritual world. So God can give me those visions to help me apply it over here also. So they fell into a body on earth and could have been at any given point in there. But for some reason, I see kind of a primitive woman being Eve. So the earth, this particular planet, we call Earth, but could be not the Earth in the Bible. It's a physical place, a physical place that you as a physical being can get to a physical spiritual life. Again, it goes, God taught me this delineation to make it easy. You have physical, which is where we are generally here. Once you become aware, spiritually aware in a real way, then you're physical spiritual. But above that, when they speak about the spiritual sky, that's a spiritual physical place. Where God is a spiritual place. So a lot of the spiritual places you read about in the scriptures is spiritual physical places. The heavens are spiritual physical places. They're not spiritual. And there is some people that died and came back that speak about Jesus going to heaven and then leaving or something. I can't remember exactly how it all laid out, but Jesus doesn't live where all the people in heaven live, which would make sense. But I don't know if it was real Jesus, why he didn't just tell them that they're evil and actually in the wrong place. Because that's not, again, the heaven in the Bible is like a club. If you read about it, it's like we get to go there, they don't. Maybe it's for your mind to overcome. However, where God is, everybody's supposed to be there. But because of what happens here and in that place, people can't get to where they need to go. And that's where Jesus comes in. So again, Jesus says things outside of Christianity as we accept it today. Jesus says things about people that are actually innocent and spiritually asleep. And it's probably very important that he did that. So again, if if you're not careful, you'll miss what his work actually was. He already said he didn't come to save the righteous, yet the church wants to be the righteous. So again, it's a reversal. And look, I was just getting ready to get out of my vehicle, and these people just got to their vehicle, and now it looks like I'm ruling them. I think they're like Spanish or something like that. I just gave him the thumbs up so he can feel better about himself. That worked. Right. So I don't know. Again, we're in a period of time where people are being ruled. They always want me to look like the ruler. So I have to heal these people. They look Latino. Right. They're good people, I'm sure. I'm healing them, so later they should feel better. Oh, he's one of our plumbers. He's inside. He's one of the inside guys. He's probably still asleep. Some of these people that venture here from Latin America, they're hey, he waved. You know something's up. Thank you. He's one of our people. The plumber. All right, ring. He's going to get a call. He's going to call. I'm wheeling them so God can talk to him or something. I imagine it's God. Oh, he showed me his hand. Okay, he's a healer. I think he's a healer. Yeah, a girl did that the other day in the store. I don't want to say it too close to her doing it. I don't want them to destroy her. So when I was doing something, I healed somebody in the store, a couple employees, and she saw me. And what they'll do is they'll look away from you a little bit, and then they'll take. I used to do this when I first woke up, and then they take their hand and put it to the side of their face, which is a sign that they're something like a healer. I don't know if they understand it or they see it as a sign or what. But she signed me with the hand. The hand. I mean, she had to know I was healing them, so I guess she knew it was something. But they're afraid, I guess, to do it in front of people. But again, that was one of our guys. That's why I'm here. Woke him up, I guess, or healed him so they give him his next mission inside. All right, and it may be something just like go help that person over there, or even heal other people. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do.